Now tell me, what is the problem?
Well, Doc, I have a problem.
No!
I'm addicted to the Switch.
Ah yes, the Nintendo Switch is very addictive.
Yeah, it's very... Wait. How did you...
Hey! Son of a...
I don't know how, but I somehow found myself addicted to the Switch before I even got one. And now that I do have one, I find myself even more addicted to it. Something that I've only noticed recently, because I'm very slow on the uptake when it comes to a great many things, that companies love releasing collections on the Switch. Contra, Street Fighter, Mega Man, and X flavors, and too many others to list, have all thrown their hats into the collection ring. Whether it's Crash and Spyro getting on board, but it was on PS4 and Xbox. Shut up! The Switch has a lot of collections, and there are even more that I would like to see. Plus, it's the easiest way to hoard games without, actually hoarding games. I know it's not good for my wallet, but I need my fix. I'll be listing my top 10 most wanted collections on the Switch, but not in order, so this won't be a top 10 list. Because nobody likes top 10 lists. Nobody. Oh, Rareware, how I long for thine glory days. Now our relationship status can only be described as, I'm not angry, I'm besmoogled. I'm far from the only person who has said this, but Rare was on a roll when they did stuff for Nintendo. Good stuff, legendary stuff, the kind of stuff that makes you proud to be a gamer. Then Microsoft happened. So you can imagine my reaction. Oh my god, Dangerous Experiment! I know it most likely won't happen because reality most likely sucks, but just let me have this fantasy of having Banjo, Killer Instinct, Battletoads, and Conkers, and many others on a beautiful, beautiful collection on the Switch. Ocarina of the Majora's Mask of Time. Wouldn't it be awesome if they put the DS remasterized versions of these games on the Switch and then some more? Yes. Yes, it would. Also, put Twilight Princess on this collection, because I said so. And that's the bottom line, because the Chrizinator need not say more. Greatest game of all time, and the other one, put on the Switch remastered and with all the cool stuff. The first Belmont the Vampire Slayer compilation had these games. So, why not add more? Let's see, we've got Vania through Super 1, Bloodlines, and, these two. So for a hypothetical part 2, why not bring in Dracula X? Some of the DS games, and the Big Daddy Tales of the Symphony of the Knights of... No! They'd be given both the good old Switch portability and home console treatments. Crazy, right? I know. It takes a crazy man to come up with this nonsense. Chris, you bojo! Twin Snakes is a one-game collection! Well, stop interrupting me, hypothetical person dude, because I'm also putting in Metal Gear. And Metal Gear 2. The MSX versions. Not the NES versions. Because those were totally different and different is bad. How easy would it be to put Metal Gear 1 and 2 on this collection? The answer is pie. Metal Gear Solid 1 is one of my favorite games, and I played a bit of Twin Snakes, but never finished it. Yes, I know the first person aiming alone makes this game way easier, like your mom, plus good affordable copies of Twin Snakes are really, really hard to come across, and I think it's a great way to introduce new younger baby fans into the Metal Gear series. I mean, it's a better intro than AMC's The Walking Metal Gear. Besides, last I heard, Konami is no longer a video game company, and their new business model involves flinging monkey feces at the wall. And Hideo Kojima. And the fans. And this puppy. So come on, Konami, before you completely give up on video games, do this. It's easy money. You know it, I know it, the fans know it, so do it. Do it now! StarFox 64 is one of those games I can just pop in and be right at home. In my house. Even though I never owned an N64, I played it in other people's houses. It's still a great time every time, so why not give this the HD treatment? Also, I never played Assault and Command, but from what I've seen, they offer the same arcade-style gameplay that I love. And then some more! And as a bonus, you can throw in unlockable HD versions of Star Fox 1 and 2 on the SNES. I say HD because, well, these games are good, but I struggle every time I play them. Maybe having these on a higher speed and resolution would fix half the problems I have with this game. On a side note, I did play Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, and it hurt my soul. So please, please, redo Star Fox Zero and put on the Switch. Do it now, Nintendo, or I'll tweet about it on Tumblr and you'll lose your job. Isn't Mario Odyssey so fun? Or as my friend would call it, Mario Satanic Possession Edition. Though if you ask this guy, it wouldn't be the first Mario game brimming with evil. But we wouldn't be here if it weren't for this most sacred of gems. It's boggle-minding how Mario 64 holds up tremendously well after all this time. Part of me doesn't want to see this game with updated graphics to keep it pure and untainted, and instead just make it HD 60 FPS, but if you must remaster this classic of classics, then don't just make it a remaster. Make it a remasterpiece. With all the additions from Mario 64 DS, Mario Sunshine already looks great, but you could use this opportunity to make it even better. Remember this level? Yeah.
It was the most iconic part of the game!
Don't believe me? This guy over here? This guy? Yeah, he gave it a ringing endorsement. I don't know who he is, but if some rando on the internet loves this level this much, I don't know what else to tell you, Nintendo. And Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 can be left as is. I don't know about you, but this smells like money to me. Paper money. Comedy. But Chrizinator, what games shall be put into these itsy bitsy teeny tiny yellow polka dot cartridges? I'm glad you asked, hypothetical viewer. We go Mega Man X and shiz. Collection 1 will have Mortal Kombats 1 through 4, which are still good as your mom. And Collection 2, Electric Boogaloo, will have Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, and Shaolin Monks as a bonus game. Believe it or not, I actually liked this style of Mortal Kombat. Yes, it wasn't as fast or as frantic as your traditional MK game, but I appreciate that they tried something new. The multiple fighting styles added some level of strategy, and I love how they expanded the lore through Deception's Conquest mode. It made you feel like you were part of the MK world, even though it's a scientifically proven fact that Shujinko sucks. And yes, Armageddon suffered from being stretched too thin. It wasn't pretty, but I would still include it for the sake of completion. Plus, the kart racing and puzzle fighting are just too grotesquely adorable. These games may not be what people think when they think MK, but they're not bad games at all, and do deserve some recognition for trying to push the series in new and creative ways. These third-party characters are cool, but they can only keep the spark plug in for so long. I don't know what that means either. What Sonic Unleashed trilogy do you mean, Chris? God, what is it with all these disembodied voices trying to correct me? I must say, I'm offended, and so am I. I know it's nothing official, it's something I literally came up with just now and have trademarked. Royalties, baby. I mean, I think that's how it works. Sonic Unleashed was hospitalized and gave birth to a bunch of games that used gameplay not unlike the Rush games, where you boost dash all the way through and the spin dash has been murdered. This paved the way for Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations. And Sonic Forces, but nobody cares about that game. Apparently, doing the exact same thing as previous Sonic games automatically makes you bad. What's with you, Sonic fans? Never can be satisfied, can you? But yeah, I'd put these three in a nice little HD package. It'd be a nice change of pace from the usual Sonic collections we get. Plus, Generations was never released on the Wii. This is perfect. And believe it or not, I actually don't mind the werehog levels. Don't worry, my lobotomy is scheduled for today. Either way, these are good games, and they need to be brought together. Because they're good games. Portable Shenmue. Boom. Enough said. End of video.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Okay, fine. I'll add a little more beef to this cake because it's one of the most revolutionary games of all time. It's one of the best Sega franchises that they keep ignoring, and because I want to play it on the go. Is that so much to ask? Like, oh my god, I feel so... Oh! You know what I find disgustingly disturbing about my generation? Aside from, you know, everything. They're not even in their 60s, and they're saying this. You know what sick, degenerate, stupid, loser-faced idiot also says that unironically? This guy. I don't know who he is, but I want to punch him in the kneecap. Say what you want about the Wii, but one of the things it did so very excellent, I know it's not grammatically correct, but I don't care, Mom, is the Virtual Console. Not only did you have access to a huge library of Nintendo games from the NES all the way to the N64, you had access to Neo Geo, TurboGrafx 16, and Sega Genesis games. It's so wrong, but so correct. I mean, sure, we have the NES and SNES online, but if you ask me, what made something like the Virtual Console so amazing was that not only were fans able to play all their favorite games across multiple systems from past decades, it was a gateway for new players, young and old. It made fans out of them. Just like the Switch made me go from a casual Nintendo fan to a formal one. Nintendo, baby, you definitely gained a lot of fans with VC. Think of how many more you can make if you bring this back. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like it, give it a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss a video. I'll catch you later.